The three main images for our composite are Krista outside the car, Krista driving, and then the clouds for the background. Before finding our main location, we went to a parking lot to figure out the framing and posing for the two pictures of Krista in the car.
Okay, so we're just trying to figure out the shot right now. What angle will look good, how we're gonna pose her. Okay, and now can you get out the window?
Like
lean out the window. How far out can you lean? Yeah. Okay.
After figuring out how our pictures would be framed, we drove a few minutes out of town to an area with really beautiful hills and fields.
So we could just put the car here, shoot that way. It is kind of cool, it is kind of boring. It looks like a screensaver. Okay.
that's beautiful.
That right there is beautiful.
What a ham.
See, these little hills are so pretty. I just wish I was a better artist. I would know how to capture this. Like, look at those clouds, man.
I was having trouble finding the right location, but my uncle lives close by, so we decided to stop by his place and ask him if he knew of anywhere we could go.
Now you could park up there and you could take any of these pictures like that.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
You're the best uncle a kid could ask
It's
for.
true.
Ooh.
Right by my uncle's house was a beautiful area with fields and hills. I wanted to use natural light for this shoot, so we needed to be able to face the car directly towards the sun. We had already planned out our framing for the shoot, so I quickly set up my tripod and cleaned off my car so it would look picture perfect.
Yeah, I want you to, basically as if you were just jumping out of the window with a slight tilt to me.
Okay. Just like this.
Yeah. Okay, face me more with your head. This hand can't go up as high though.
Okay.
If you're doing that.
Okay.
Okay, and good. Good. Can you put this side behind your ear?
This side?
Yeah. Good. Can you flatten your hand a little bit so more towards me? Yeah. Okay, and keep going. Okay. This is it. So give it all you got. Head down a little more. Okay. You okay?
This is really bright.
Yeah. Let's have you put your other shirt on, that maroon one. In between these two shots, I'm not gonna touch or move the camera at all. I have to be really aware of that because there's a few adjustments that now that we're in this pose, it could look a little better if I changed it, but it would just ruin the entire point of what we're doing if I did. So have to keep that in mind. Is that as low and forward as it'll go?
You want it low?
Low. Right now I'm shooting at an f13, and this makes it so that a lot of the picture is in focus, and that can make it difficult to know exactly what you're focused on because everything is kind of in focus. So I'll bring my aperture down to like a f5 and then zoom in on her in my camera and make sure that she is in focus. And then I'll just have to switch it back after that. But then I can be sure that I know exactly what I'm focused on. So Krista, can you sit up in the pose? So I was way off, but now I can just fix that. Now my focus is where it needs to be, and now I can go back to that f13 and take the actual picture. Now I know she's exactly in focus. I am changing the exposure a little bit because we're out here and there's clouds covering the sun. Sometimes it's a little brighter, sometimes it's a little darker, and now she's inside the car. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna adjust just the shutter speed and nothing else, because if I adjusted the f-stop, it would change how the picture looked, and I don't want to do that. I just want to change just the brightness. Okay, can you sit up? Good. Look a little bit more towards this finger. Good. Can you put your chin down a little bit?
Sorry, 1 second.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Take your time. That's okay. Are you okay?
Yeah. Just give me a
You
second.
need to take a break?
Oh.
Always be really nice to your models. because they are very shallow people. I need you to like be a little more this way. Yeah, yeah. Okay, ready? Well, that's okay. Let me look at these. We might have it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm happy with this. Just double checking. This is like triple checking that she's in focus. At this point, if she wasn't in focus, it would just kind of ruin the picture. So we would have to come back and shoot it. So taking 2 seconds to just make sure it's absolutely in focus is totally worth it. Okay, Krista, so let's change to that outfit and let's try some stuff with the umbrella.
Okay.
Hello, horses! My fans follow me everywhere. Okay, let's try not like leaning out so much, just as like, so most of you is inside, your arms are out, and you'll like do something. I love that. Okay, let's do that. Gonna focus on you. Can you hold it a little more upwards and outwards? Yeah. Are you like sitting on the side kinda?
Kinda.
Are you comfortable holding that for a minute just while I check the focus? I used to feel really self-conscious about taking time when taking pictures because you don't want to make everyone wait around, but honestly, checking your settings usually takes at most 30, 60 seconds to do whatever you need to do, and it is so worth it. So, and people around are pretty understanding. They know that you're trying to take a good picture. They want you to take a good picture. You know, your models, your crew, if you have people helping you out. So take the time that you need to take the best picture possible, and people will be understanding and they'll thank you for it when the picture looks awesome.
After we completed the first part of the shoot, I went and found an area with a great view of clouds.
Right now what I'm doing is I'm going to take 2 versions of each picture. 1/50 right now is the perfect shutter speed for this shot. It gets the right amount of brightness. It's a good exposure. 1/125 is a little bit too dark for this picture, but what it's gonna do is it's gonna make sure that nothing's washed out. Because it's a little darker, you'll get all the little detail in the clouds. What we can do then is take both versions of the picture and put them on top of each other using blend modes to get a really stunning and vibrant and detailed image. So we're gonna do 2 versions of each picture right now. 1/50 for the first one, 1/125 for the second one. All right, so I've taken all the pictures I need. The last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a picture where there's no clouds, just of the blue sky. In case I need to fill in any areas, I'll have that image just in case. Okay, so I've taken all the images I need. The last thing I did is I just scrolled through on my camera and I looked through real quickly just to make sure that I had 2 versions of each image, that they matched and where the camera was pointing, just so that I don't have any dumb mistakes that I'll have to take a lot of time later in Photoshop to fix. So now we're gonna bring these all onto the computer, start stitching it together, which is the most exciting part. So we just took those pictures, but I was driving back to my office and I saw some really cool clouds. All right, so I've driven a little bit and we're kind of in the middle of nothing, but these clouds out here are gorgeous. So I'm gonna drive a little bit more and make sure there's nothing in the way, and then we're gonna set up and kind of do the whole thing again. I'm glad I stopped to do this because I could have just gone home and had good enough pictures that would have been fine, but these are going to make the picture even that much better. It already looks like a painting. I don't know if you can tell, but it's already kind of blowing my mind. So I'm just gonna pull in here where it says no trespassing and take some pictures. Luckily I'm in Utah and people are really nice.
When I took these pictures at the second location, I did the same thing as before, taking 1 picture at the correct exposure and 1 picture underexposed.